Hey, you probably already do this, but here's a reminder anyway. Always give yourself a buffer. When you promise to deliver something, whether it's a product, a service, or publish a post, or anything like that, whatever time you want to commit to, give yourself a few extra days, maybe even a week if needed. Believe me, this always pays off and it helps. And you know what? If you get done sooner, then hey, it's a bonus. It's done sooner and you've delivered earlier. Hi, I'm Susmita Veganosaurus, and you're listening to the Feel Good Factor. If you're not yet on my newsletter, The Feel Good Tribe, go to veganosaurus.com/newsletter. The link is in the show notes and sign up. I send you emails once, maybe twice a month, loaded it through the gills with lots of information and recommendations, books I'm reading, tips about veganism, tips for running a business, lots of woo woo stuff. There's plenty in there. Go to the newsletter page and you'll know more about it. I was traveling for a couple of weeks, and in the previous few podcast episodes, in episode 210 and 211, not 212 because 212 was a special interview, but episodes 210 and 211, I spoke about how you can be nice to yourself and to sometimes, make an exception to your normal traditions so that you can, again, make your life easier on you and stuff like that. Anyway, you can listen to those later. So I had pre-recorded my episodes and scheduled them for publishing while I was on my holiday so that I don't have to really think about recording a new episode at that time, and that worked out really well. I had put all my things on hold because I don't like to clash things. When I'm doing one thing, like a holiday, like a vacation, I don't want to, let me just check a little bit of work email, let me get a little bit of work done. I don't want any of that. I want to keep the holiday to be purely a holiday. So I had turned off my calendar. I wasn't taking coaching calls. I had even stopped doing my weekly Wednesday afternoon Om chanting sessions on Insight Timer. All of it I had put it to a stop. And yet, somebody purchased something which I wasn't even expecting. It was a really nice surprise, but also like, ooh, I'm traveling right now. What is happening? I need to get some work done. So I do these personalized guided meditations. I've put the details about it on my website. So basically, people ask me for a very personal meditation, either for themselves or as a gift to somebody else. And they share details about what they want me to focus on during the meditation, like what feelings, what energy, that way, like wide strokes. And then I meditate and I channel and then I record the meditation just for them. So somebody had purchased a personalized meditation for her husband to gift her husband, and it was such a sweet gesture. It had been a while since I'd recorded personalized meditation, so that was nice. And I love doing that. It always feels good to be able to do that. First of all, I love recording meditations as it is, but, personalizing it, very specific and pinpoint to the needs of a specific person who's going to keep listening to it, and I know that it'll directly help them. That feels so nice, and the kind of work that brings me joy. But I was on holiday and I didn't have my I do record on my phone, but the editing software and stuff, I didn't have any of that because that's all on the laptop back at home. So I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? But then I said, okay, you know what? Let me request this lady, ask her if it's okay if I go beyond my promised time of 1 week and explain to her that I'm back on a certain date, and then I'll send the meditation after that. But in my gut feeling, I felt like I shouldn't promise the recording for within the couple of days of returning. Though at that point in the middle of the holiday had all this nice energy and relax, and I'm like, oh, I can get it done, like, that feeling. But I kind of knew, I'm like, okay, after the travel I'll need a couple of days to reset from the jet lag and recover my energy and all that. And so normally I would probably have said 3 or 4 days later is when I'll give her the meditation, I'll have it ready. But something in my gut said, extend this a little longer. So I was returning on the 10th, but instead of, say, the 13th or 14th or something like that, I requested that I would send her the meditation by the 18th. So I gave myself a little more than a week's time to be able to deliver on the promise of the meditation. And that lady was very sweet, very understanding, and she said, yeah, no problem, you enjoy your travels. And it turns out that she and her husband are vegans also, and they found me, and they, we have all these common interests now, right? Like veganism, spirituality, meditation, all of it. So it felt very nice. It was a very nice connection. So she said, don't worry about it, you finish your travels and you send it to me whenever you can. So I was like, okay, fine. And of course, I put, things on my calendar and my alarm and all that, so that I would be reminded when I needed to start working on it, maybe on the 14th or 15th, so that I can deliver by the 18th. And thank God I took that buffer, because, it wouldn't have been nice to have to email her again and get an extension. Because as soon as I came back, like the day after I returned, we had a family emergency. And it was quite difficult. It took quite a lot of attention and time from me, because one of my family members fell down and broke his arm. And this is someone who's older in age also. So there was a lot of stress and tension, and all of us were kind of running around to the hospital, talking to doctors and stuff like that. So even when I did have free time and when I was at home, I wasn't in that mindset, that state of mind to be able to channel and record a meditation. And with meditations, you want something positive. You want to bring really positive, loving energy into it, so that the effect of that is, that energy is felt by the person who's listening to the meditation and doing it. So it took me additional number of days to really become centered again and settle down and feel okay, and then to be able to do the meditation recording. So I recorded it on the 16th, and then edited it on the 17th and sent it to her. And I'm so happy with the end result, the way it came out, because I put all of I was able to center myself, ground myself into the present moment, and put my entire focus, my being into that meditation when I focused and recorded it and edited and sent. So I felt good about my work. It didn't feel like, oh, another chore that I have to do and tick off my list, which definitely would have been not okay for a guided meditation. So I felt so good about it. And then I thought back to myself, the person from 3 weeks before, sitting in Italy and replying to that lady and asking for the extra time. I thanked her, and I'm like, oh my God, it's so good that you took that extra additional week of buffer time, because that's how the work came out its best self, and it wasn't rushed or anything like that. So buffers help, and sometimes we think, oh, no, let's do it as fast as possible. Let's give it off. Everyone's in a hurry to finish things, rush things. But no matter how confident you are in your own ability to finish things, or even if you have a tendency to push yourself too much, regardless of that, take extra buffer. Always take extra days, extra time to deliver something. And then, like I said, you deliver before, even one day before, like I did, instead of 18th, I delivered it on the 17th. It's still a bonus. Everyone's happy. You never know what life brings you. And somehow the energy of feeling at ease when you do any kind of work, brings out your best version of you, brings out your best work and the best version of you, you know. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to share today. I'm so happy to be back in town. I've been, kind of trying to get back into the feel of things. And it's so funny that, I feel most grounded when I'm cooking, it looks like. Doing like, household stuff. It's bringing me back and grounding me into this reality of post holidayness. So, yes, if you are not on my newsletter yet, the Feel Good Tribe, veganosaurus.com/newsletter. Go there, sign up, get on, and you'll get a confirmation email. Hit confirm. Once you hit confirm, you're going to get a welcome email. And reply to that email, tell me about yourself. I'd love to get to know you. All right, talk to you again next week. Take care. Thank you for listening to the Feel Good Factor. Bye.